Good evening, my friend. Welcome home. Happy New Year. I am Lou Mangello. I'm so excited to see you again in this new year. Believe me, now more than ever, if you're watching live, thank you for being here. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern for WDW Radio Live. If you're watching live, do me a favor, tag and invite a friend to join us. And as you can see, home looks a little bit different. I promise that I will get to that. Um, this show, as you know, is probably one of the most important things that I do. Over the years, it's gotten even more so. And, like the parks and like the Disney movies, I want the show and Wednesday night to be a place for you not only to call home, but really a place for you to escape. I have to acknowledge what is going on in the real world right now. I know when we walk through those gates of a Disney park or the lights dim on a Disney movie, even if it's on your couch, it sort of encloses us in this wonderfully warm and comfortable bubble. And I want the show to do that too. But I am not here to talk politics. I'm not here to make any statements or generalizations. I can only, as I said, and I know some of you who are watching live very close to what is happening and what has been happening in Washington, D.C. right now. It is sad. It is disgraceful on many levels. Storming the Capitol is not peaceful, nonviolent protesting. Um, Neither is looting an innocent shopkeeper's stores. Neither is putting people in danger. Um, this is a time where we, as a nation, as a people, need to be united more than ever. And what's happening right now is a very, very sad time. And I will tell you, um, I am very mindful of that, and I know you are too. And sometimes it's very hard to do what I do, especially when you have to see my face in light of what happens outside the confines of the screen and of these four walls. But that being said, I do want this to be a distraction for you. I want it to be a place where we talk about the things that make us happy and hopefully be a positive light for you. So please understand that I'm very much acknowledging. I'm very sad about what is happening, but this is not the place for us to talk about that. This is a place for you to be able, for a little while, to escape from it. And again, hopefully, this place, this home, this community that you've built is a little bit of a positive light and a positive escape for you. And I hope that makes sense to you. And I hope that you understand exactly where I'm coming from that. So, with that being said, again, our minds are elsewhere, but for a little while, I do want to welcome you, like I said, back home. As you see, home looks different. I've talked a lot in the past about, taking advantage of time and opportunity in this pandemic to make changes. And that's one of the things that I did. I utilized the time to, write a new book. And I also utilized the time to take advantage and make some changes to the home studio, very much in alignment with what I've been thinking, what I've been feeling, sort of my word for 2021. I don't make resolutions. I don't do the 3-word thing. I usually try and pick a single word, and that word this year is focus. And that has a lot of meaning for me in a lot of different ways. And one of the ways I'm doing that on a personal level is to focus what my attention is on, what I'm doing, and even sort of get rid of some of the things that are distracting to me, and including some of the material things. So some stuff is back in the closet. More stuff is going up on eBay. So if you liked something on the shelf before, check eBay over the next couple of weeks. Every Sunday, www.radio.com/eBay, because there's a good chance that it will be up there. But yeah, so a lot of things that you'll see up here are very much representative of not just what I love, but who I am. There's some stuff that you might not have seen before, some stuff that made it from one side of the wall to the other, but they have a lot of meaning for me. You know the story. I hope if you watched about the sign that was made by Kyle, choose the good, God now more than ever, which is sort of my personal mantra, just some of the things and the places that I love behind me. So over time, I'll show you and share with you more from that. So again, thank you for being here. I hope that you and your family and your friends and those that you love and care about had a very happy and healthy and safe new year. I hope that turning the page to 2021 will be a positive step forward in every sense of the word that we very much need it. So, but let's get into it, right? Let's get into, again, talking about those things that make us happy. And as I said, the podcast is one of the things that continues after 16 years, coming up on 16 years in February of doing the podcast that brings me joy. And one of my favorite shows to do during the year is the look back and the look forward. 2020 was definitely a challenge to look back on, but I do want to know, and I want to hear from you in terms of, if you've heard the show. First of all, if you've heard the show before, let me know in the comments. But you probably heard me say that, you look back on 2020, or you hear the words 2020 and you groan or you cry or you have this swell of often sad emotions. But I think there was a lot of positive to focus on as well. And that's what I want you to look at. I want you to tell me and share with me what was sort of the best thing that happened to you in 2020? What was the best personal moment, Disney or otherwise? What was the best thing to happen? I want to sort of, again, in this idea of choosing, I'll get used to this, choosing the good and pulling the good out. I think there was a lot of good things that happened, and that's one of the things we tried to focus on this week. And I want to thank again Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel, obviously, for joining me. Hey, why is that not working? Well, I'm trying to pop up the logo. Something happened with my software today. I'm trying to imagine a giant Mouse Fan Travel logo right here. Thank you to Becky Menken for joining me, Lisa Donato Glassner from the Castle Run and Core Memory Candles, and John Cicero, Big Fat Panda, for taking this very, very short trip down memory lane. We actually had planned to record a look back and a look forward. 2.5 hours later, there we still were. And I think, I think Lisa said it at the top of the show. I think she sort of knew it was going to be a very cathartic episode, not just on a Disney level, but on a personal level as well. And I'm seeing a lot of wonderful stories in that you guys are sharing in the comments. So Mary says her first niece was born. You started your own podcast. Mary, what is your podcast and what is it about? I would love to check it out. I love people who are dipping their toes into the podcasting waters. Casey got the guts to move 2 states away. Your accomplishment for 2020, hopefully you're moving closer to Florida. It's come on down. The water is fine. I had a long conversation with somebody about this today and making the move and how it was not only the best thing that I've done, and even, this person moved here in 2020. I know that things are going to get better. My cousin David and Nick planned their first of many guys trips. Those are, it doesn't matter where you go or what you do, but years from now, you'll look back and realize just how important they are. Kira says she was married this year. Even all the changes, starting the next chapter of our lives was a blessing. They had a long honeymoon. They got to work at home together. And they're still talking and they're still friends, which is nice. It's, and Kira, you started a new podcast too. So enjoy. I dig it. I dig the Joy is True Beauty stuff. Zach Brown's got a new job that allows me to do more Disney stuff, more Disney, less bugs. It's a good day for Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Show podcast as well. Jim moved to Florida, became a grandfather, and then they closed Disney World. But it's Jim, I promise. Like, annual passes are coming back sooner rather than later. Carlos Eduardo Silva, greetings from South Florida. I got to see Carlos a couple times this year. So, like I said, a lot of good stuff that came out of it. Dora says, I found your amazing podcast, which has brought me so much joy. The last part of that is the most important part for me. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day that, even today, getting an email from somebody who says that is the greatest reward that I could hope for. That's how I measure levels of happiness and success, is when somebody says that because of the show, it had a positive impact. Marla Chan is always a positive. It was such a long podcast. You had to get a beverage and probably, go potty and then come back. But that's why the good Lord invented pause buttons. So when people would always complain sometimes about the length of the podcast, I'm like, you have a pause button. Like, it allows you to listen, on your way to work, on your way home from work, at the gym, on the treadmill, walking the dog, falling asleep at night, whatever. Usually helping you fall asleep at night. I get it. Matthew says, I found this community the best thing about 2020. I appreciate you, brother. You know that as well. And I saw somebody did comment, yes, this is a new camera. Hopefully it looks better. It looks clearer. And I've got the tall, skinny filter on. Not sure if it's working. Plus, my chair is broken. Becky, I love you, and I love this chair. It's one of the greatest, tangible gifts I've ever received, but it's broken, and it keeps on sinking. So you're going to see throughout the night, my head was here, and now it's here, and it's going to continue to go down until I basically am sitting on the floor. So, but I still love my chair. So, again, I love seeing all of the stories that you are sharing. Beth says, I adopted Princess Flurkin Merida Gamora 2 weeks before New York went on pause. Bringing in a new furry member of the family is always wonderful as well. So thank you all for sharing these wonderful and personal stories. I wish I could read each of them. Greg Dykes, the Browns made the playoffs for what seems like it's like the first time this millennium. It's crazy. So go Browns. Baker Mayfield, the kid's got moxie. I dig the passion. So I hope the Browns go far until they meet Mahomes, and then it's going to be all over. But that's fine. Giants got cheated out of Super Bowl by the Eagles, which is another reason why we hate them, but we won't even go down that road, as it were. So Kelly says, my oasis, it is good to see you here again. William, I know I'm trying to fix the chair. So, and congratulations to the Bills and everybody else that actually made the playoffs. The pressure's off as a Giant fan. You don't have to really worry about it. So, but I want you to come into the Clubhouse and let me know what your favorite moment was from 2020. What on a personal level, on a Disney level, whatever it might be. Eric Ring, that Go Eagles stuff, that's the way you get banned. And I've never banned anybody before, but that Go Eagles nonsense is what is going to make it happen. Speaking of making it happen, I want to say quick thanks to some of the new members of the WDW Radio Nation family. You do very much make it happen. You keep the lights on. You keep you allowed me to go to Lowe's and get new paint and make some changes and go on eBay and get a camera. So Stanzi Coate, Valerie Seidel, Just Plain Pete, Jenny Taylor, Martin G, and Emily Laurent, I sincerely appreciate your help, your love, your support, your friendship. If you want to find out how to help the show for as little as $1 a month and get monthly rewards, including scavenger hunts and trivia quests, go to WDWRadioNation.com. I've been working on some new rewards for different levels that will probably be launching at the end of this month, so definitely check it out. And oh, by the way, speaking of making things happen and positive things out of 2020 and utilizing the time, because I'm going to forget, I want to share something with you now that I literally just got in 3 days ago. First of all, I got to put my stupid glasses back on. Huge thanks, by the way, to everybody who has purchased and, more importantly, shared and told other people, and very, very, very grateful for anybody who has left a review, hopefully a good one, on Amazon for the Disney Interviews book. If you want to help, that's exactly how you do it. Buy the book for yourself or your friend. Spread the word. tell somebody about it, and leaving a review is incredibly helpful. But I have a Disney Interviews book update. Breaking news. Not really. It's probably not that big of a deal, but it's kind of cool. And don't yell at me if you're like, Mangello, I just bought the book and now you do this. Well, Amazon, I got an email from Amazon, and they offered me the opportunity to try something new. And sitting in my little hands is the first ever, and right now, I think only, it just went live today, hard copy. It is a hardcover version of the Disney Interviews book, which is now up and available on Amazon.com. A number of you have reached out about trying to buy a signed copy of the book, which I don't understand why you want my signature if it's not on a check. However, I am working on something that I can even send you, and I'm trying to see if maybe there's a way that I can get a limited number of the hardback books, and I'll sign them, maybe include a couple of other little gifts and goodies in there as well. If that's something that interests you, let me know in the Clubhouse. Somebody post that in the group, and maybe I can get a bunch of books and sell them there. Lesson that I want you to take away from that is, if I can do it, you can do it. Whatever that project is that you've been thinking about, whether it's a book, blog, website, new project, woodworking in your garage, starting a candle company, getting an embroidery machine like Big Fat Panda, or whatever it is that you want to do, like, now is the time. Now is the best time to do it. Go ahead and just get started. Again, this is not meant to sound like a plug fest, but I am starting a new mastermind group this month. If you go to LouMangello.com, you can find out more, and we'll talk about it later as well. So there you go. But you asked Santa for an autographed copy. He forgot, and you were a very good mother. Patricia, I promise you, one of these days I'm actually going to meet you. Bring your book, and I promise you I will sign it for you. So you turned a crazy into a tough year, into a success, and thank you. Anytime you feel bad about yourself, just go over to Kira, and I'm sure she will say something nice about you, because if you're ever feeling down, she is, that's her Joy is True Beauty podcast pretty much just embodies all of that. So, Mary, I am working on trying to find a way to make autographed copies available. I can do book plates. I don't know, a book plate is like a sticker you can put on the inside of the book, or I have postcards that I can sign and put in there. Somebody did send me their book. Actually sent me their book and sent me an envelope to send it back. I'm certainly happy to do that as well. But as of right now, I don't have an inventory of books and a mechanism to sell them, but maybe I would. So Crystal says, just listen to Lou. It's what I do. Darren says, I just got in. What's with the room, Lou's in? I did not get kicked out yet, Darren. I'm sure it's just a matter of time. But I took advantage over the Christmas, New Year holiday. I took a day, and as part of my commitment to try and focus, which is sort of my word for 2021, that word is on that wall right there. I'm trying to minimize a lot of different aspects of my life, and it started with my office. And parting with things that have meaning for you is sometimes very difficult. It's also very helpful now there's a bunch that are still in there, but there's a bunch that are going to go up on eBay as well. So if you like something on the shelf, you might have the opportunity to get it. Our Eagles fans, listen, I love everybody, even Eagles fans. It's hard for me to say that out loud with a straight face. So, I also want to know, and we'll talk about this. We're going to in the top 5 live section. We're going to reflect back on on 2020 a little bit more. Tacey says, "How did you do the lighting?" Oh, I have a whole crew back. Everybody, come over here and take a bow. And I basically have a ring light there, and I have an overhead light, and this super cool Spider-Man lamp that my brother got me. That's over in the corner. So there's not a lot of stuff on the wall. My daughter helped me sort of lay the wall out, but I just sort of picked the things that were most meaningful to me, including some stuff that's on the I'm doing the worst job ever. And now my chair's going to sink again. my chair is sinking again. There's stuff on the shelves that I love. I'll give you a room tour of some of the stuff that's on there. The room does look a lot bigger, and it's a lot brighter, Kate, because the dark blue wall, I think this was a kid's room before um, before we bought the house. So, and then I've got, so Casey's, so I've got those funky blue lights, which I can actually do all kinds of like stuff with on my phone if I fire it up, but nobody really cares about that. So, or maybe you do. I don't know. Yeah, I can change the color of the lights. Look, it's mouse fan red. We can go purple. We can go yellow, which looks green, or we can go green. So, yeah, we can do all kinds of funky stuff with the lights back there. There you go. So we'll keep it WDW Radio Blue for now. Zach Brown says, kids' room equals Lou size. Not nice at all, Zach Brown. Not nice at all. So what's the bird statue next to the square light? So that bird is actually it's a haunted mansion bat stanchion. Right there. In front of it is a little Olszewski electrical Main Street Electrical Parade miniature. There's my little Zen garden there. That's my Han Solo blaster. It's my original blaster from 1977. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea sub. Wait, let's see. What else? My Samurai Mickey Big Fig, Spidey, Mr. Toad car. You can't see it, but that says www.radio.com. Mr. Toad, little bonsai tree. My Spider-Man, John Romita giant size book, which is awesome, and then some stuff. This is it's an e-ticket. It's my original e-ticket from when I was a kid, framed. Disney from the Disney Magic. My Dharma logo because I love Lost. My Kyoto sign. Spider-Man 700. That Mystic Manor and the Choose the Good, and the People Mover sign were those were Christmas presents. They were from Jeremy Goff's D-Signs shop, D-Signs shop. So thank God he remembered to wear pants, said Zach Brown. So these are some of the things, and Jeremy was kind enough to make a custom Choose the Good sign, and I will adjust the camera so you can actually see the top of it. And there's a couple other things up there too. Marcus, I don't know if Marcus is in here. Marcus made me this cool little thing in Japanese, which is basically a translation of Keep Moving Forward, and then my katana is way up there out of frame. So Becky, there is a disco ball. If I kill the lights, the disco ball comes down. It's the after. I can't use after hours because it's for the after. Oh God, they've basically taken over and every time I say after hours, I have to pay them $5. So just instead, tomorrow night, 9:00, look up After Hours or Aft Hours on the Facebook, and Carlos and Colin and what's his name, Jason Canap something. They do a late night show all about Disney and same thing, all kinds of nonsense like that. So the Wally, yeah, I love my little Wally down there. This is a custom Funko that my daughter made of me. Another little Olszewski box. This is my little Japanese section here. I've got my Hong Kong music box. Some stuff from Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea. Andrew Tan, I still have not figured out what to do with the Nautilus porthole yet. Somebody offered, and if you're in here, I'm only half kidding. Somebody sent me an email and says, hey, look, if you send it to me, I'll build the thing that you want to build, but I'm just afraid he's going to steal it. So I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, if I should or not. But I trust everybody. So Daisy Atkinson, I love Daisy. She goes, you're a Funko. I want one. Yeah, I have a Funko that my daughter made me, and I have a couple of Vinylmations that two friends made me. Glenn made me one, and Jeremy made me a little blue Vinylmation. They all look exactly the same. My blue WDW Radio shirt, I used to have the Live Strong. I mean, shows you how old it was. I had the Live Strong band on and khakis. And for some reason, really, really big bushy eyebrows, which I don't know where or why they got that from. And these are the people I call my friends. Anyway, Valerie wants to know, where is the whiteboard? It was there. I've taken it off the wall, mainly because I had visitors on New Year's Eve, and I just didn't trust Zach Brown to not take pictures of the whiteboard. So, um, where will I put the Princess Becky puppet? Don't you worry. She's always close by. She is always, always close by. So, Matthew, love to choose the good sign. Yeah, that was it was a great Christmas present that Jeremy was that Jeremy was kind enough to make. Again, you can find him over on the Facebook as well. But anywho, all right, let's move on. Because I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk about the nonsense in my room and the toys that are in here and the stuff that never even made it back out yet. Again, trying to reduce a little bit of the clutter, although I still want to bring out my Spider-Man Ricochet Racer and my original Black Hole action figures, including Vincent and a few of the. I know I'm a 7, maybe a 9-year-old kid trapped in a slightly older body. I could also, Becky, do you want me to take out the Christmas present that you sent me? I'm going to show everybody what you sent me for Christmas. I kid because I care. Becky always sends wonderful, incredibly thoughtful, and always appropriate G-rated Christmas presents. Zach Brown, I would never throw you under the bus. I mean, at least not tonight. I'm saving the bus throwing for a later time in case I need to. So, all right, let us move on. Let us move forward to what's next. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do let's say we do a top 5 live. What do you say we go to top 5 live? And I think that I probably don't have this queued up correctly, but who cares? So for our top 5 live this week, I thought we would take a look back on not 2020 as a whole, but 2020 as in WDW Radio. I asked a lot of you, and many of you, I asked on the group, and many of you responded about what your favorite episodes were from 2020. And a few of you reached out to me either privately or asked on social what my personal favorites are. And, it's hard. It is. Look, it's like the favorite child question. Deep down, you have some, but you don't want to really admit it because you make the other kids jealous. But I do have 5-ish episodes that were personal favorites for a variety of different reasons. Sometimes it's because of the guests. Sometimes because the recording goes even better, maybe than I had expected or hoped, or I just love the topic. Sometimes some of the ones that we go really, really take deep dives into history and trivia and hopefully share knowledge with you that maybe you didn't know before and that you could pass on to others. Those are some of the ones that I enjoy most. And then even recording this one this week, despite the fact that Becky, Lisa, and John were on with me, I really did like looking back on 2020, and I'm grateful for many of the personal stories and feelings that each of them shared. But let's get into my top 5 WDW Radio episodes from 2020. And by top 5, it's not going to be 5. So coming at number 5, maybe because this is recent, but I really, really, really enjoyed my conversation with former Imagineer and head of chief creative, vice president, whatever, of creative at Imagineering. But Lance Cicero not only is incredibly smart, ridiculously creative, but such a nice guy. I really, really just enjoyed him on a personal level, having a chance to chat with him. Like I liked him so much. We said, all right, we'll pick up and do it again. I said, Joe, can we just record again? He actually reached out to me and said, look, if you want to do the second part of that show again this week, like, I'm in. So we recorded it right away, and I sort of moved the schedule around and wanted to just do it back to back. And I think after Joe comes back, he lives in Spain part of the year. When he comes back, we have more to talk about, including some cool very, very cool Muppet stuff that he didn't share on the show yet. So coming in number 5, Joe Lance Cicero. Again, really, really good guy. Coming in at number 4, the top 10 Disney heroines. Now listen, I love this one, and this is not a favorite child thing. My daughter Marion joined me for this one. My son Nicholas was at top 10 Disney villains, but I really wanted not just a female perspective, but I wanted a younger person's perspective on who her favorite Disney heroines were and why. And yes, maybe this was somewhat self-serving as a parent because I wanted to hear what her answers are. And I've said this in the past, one of the greatest gifts and the benefits of this show is the ability to have been able to capture the growth and the progression and the maturation of my children, not by drawings on the wall or by report cards in a folder somewhere, but by hearing what they say and how the vernacular changes and matures over time. And like I can distinctly remember like doing a live review and I heard my son sort of turn a corner from the way he spoke before to the way he was describing food. And it was this lovely moment. And I hope that years from now, when I am long gone, and hopefully these episodes still remain, that they'll be able to go back and listen to themselves I'm going to get choked up. They can go back and listen to themselves as kids. And when my daughter is 60 and starts dating and then, has children of her own, her kids can go back and hear, not me, but hear what they sounded like as well. So top 10 Disney heroines was really, really interesting to hear too, from her perspective and from Tim's perspective, because Tim's like the nutty professor. So coming in, and Rich Ostry, the sucking up to Becky Menken is not going to get you anything at all. Coming in at number 3, Disney's Secret Society, the very, very detailed history that we went through of the SCA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. I love this again because we were able to go really, really in depth with not just the history of this fictitious society, but where it is found throughout all the parks and some of the significance and some of the meaning of the names and the references that you see, not only to help introduce you to it, but I want you to, when you go out, to look out for them. When you go to Skipper Canteen, when you go, oh God, I was going to say when we go back to Tokyo Disney Sea and go to the Tower of Terror, Silent Tier for Japan and everywhere else we're supposed to travel to this year. So coming in at number 3, show 579, Disney's Secret Society, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, which I know, by the way, that Becky Menken actually happens to be a huge, huge fan of. Coming in at number 2, the music of Epcot, Future World. Again, this was supposed to be the music of Epcot, period. It went long. It wasn't just one show, it was 2 shows, but I love talking about the music because it's something that we all have a feeling. We all have a feeling about, right? Music that we love in the parks, that we appreciate, that moves us. The reason why we love Disney, and we use that word love, is because it's such an emotional experience. And music is one of the most evocative ways for those emotions to be brought to the surface. So the conversation was very insightful, not just on an individual personal level, but some of the songs that sort of rose to the surface. If I hear somebody say Papillon one more time in that conversation, but it was interesting how many of the songs continued to have meaning for people for different reasons, and some of the names that came back over and over again. We also did the music of Magic Kingdom. I think Dave Rashoni is here. We're going to come back and touch on, obviously, the music of World Showcase. we were going to start recording it, but again, that show ran long, so I'll bring those same folks back for the Music of World Showcase. Only because if I don't, I know that their hours of preparation will not go unchastised if I do not. Becky, I promised you lounge reviews. Becky, have you noticed? Becky, you're like the second stupidest person on the planet, and I use it affectionately. Have you not noticed the lack of lounge reviews as I am literally waiting for you to get here? He pauses for dramatic effect. It's true. By the way, I almost put on the resort report. If you liked the resort report that Becky and I did for Disney's Riviera Resort, let her know in the comments, and let us know too what resort. I already have one picked out probably, but let us know what resort you'd like the next one to be, because in the next couple of weeks we're going to have to record one. So what resort report would you like to hear from me and the aforementioned Becky Mankin? Maybe we'll even bring in a third. Maybe we'll have somebody from the nation join us and share their thoughts and sort of mini review of whatever resort that is going to be. I know Becky definitely wants to do a deluxe, but maybe we'll mix it up. Maybe we'll do something like Art of Animation or Pop Century. Becky, those are value resorts. I'm sure you've heard of them. So, a lot of love for the resort reports and Becky. So this is just also a way for just me to make sure I give Becky some additional love here as well. So, all right. So Joel Lance Cicero, an interview, a top 10, a history one with the SEA, and a music of Epcot. Sort of hopefully you think it is a well-rounded look at some of the different episodes. And I know I asked this in the Clubhouse, what your favorite episode from 2020 was. And I was very curious to see the answers. And I didn't take any sort of formal poll, but there was one that came up over and over and over again. And I think it's my favorite too. So coming in at number 1, and yes, Becky Mankin was on this one, the one with Walt, which is really the 2 with Walt. But if you understand the meaning of what the show was about, it was the one thing you would show Walt, the one thing you would ask Walt, the one place you would take Walt, the one restaurant you would dine to, the one movie. And it was very, very fascinating for me as not just sort of leading the dialogue, but as a listener to find out what my guests, and it was Becky, Lisa, Carlos, Colin, and Jason, what everybody, right? I think that's Becky, right? What everybody thought, had as answers, and how that mirrored or did not mirror some of what you guys talked about, either in the Clubhouse. And for anybody who's ever left a voicemail on the show, don't think I am not incredibly grateful. I love hearing you on the air and you sort of express yourself. You could always call in about this episode, literally this week's episode, tonight's show, 407-900-9391, which, by the way, is 407-900-WDW1. I got this like 15 years ago. That's how I was able to secure it. I love hearing your answers to questions that I ask. So like this week, I asked you about your favorite moment from 2020. Call the voicemail after the show is over tonight. Tell me what your favorite moment was. Was it a Disney moment or a personal moment, or your favorite episode from the past year, and why? So coming in at number 1 was the one with Walt. And yeah, so William Packard is more like a top 7. It's about to get longer because, look, I'm Lou Mangello. Have we met? It literally is not a top anything without some honorable mentions. So the top 10 countries we would add to World Showcase, number 588. I love sort of armchair imagineering like that, and thinking about not only places that we would add, but exactly why we would add them to World Showcase. It's not just about food. Kendall Foreman joined me on the Disney MGM Burbank Studios that never was on show 589. Nicholas Peter Mangello came in for Disney villains. Don't tell Nicholas he only made the honorable mention list. That's bad enough he didn't make a second cover of a book, whatever. The top 10 shows from 600 shows. Wait, top 10 episodes from 600 shows and the top 10 celebrity cameos. All were fun to do. And if there's one or more that I left off this list, do me a favor, let me know in the comments here and certainly in the Clubhouse, or again, call the voicemail at 407-900-9391. So these are a few of my favorite things, and hopefully you enjoyed them as well. And if you missed one, you could always go back. I make sure that I keep. There's a lot of podcasters that will pull episodes down and then sort of make you pay for them. I want you to have access to all 616. And by the way, for those of you who are nerds like me, for the past 30 weeks, I was planning to make episode 616 a Marvel-themed episode. And if you're a Marvel fan, you know why. The timing didn't work out because some episodes got doubled up, so that the numbering system got a little messed up, but don't think that I did not know that there was a golden opportunity there to make episode 616 about Marvel. If you know, you know. So do not think that I was being remiss in my Marvel nerdiness. So there you go. So that is our top 5 list for this week. Fight me. I don't want you to fight me. I just want you to tell me which ones you liked about it. Heather says it's episode 626 about Stitch. I'm almost sure that I did a DSI of Stitch's Great Escape. If not, maybe I need to. Becky just says, I have a lot to go back and listen to. I don't know why, Becky, because the episodes come out every single week. Why are you not listening? No wonder why I only have 2 downloads a week. It's me and my other device. So why does not Becky listen every week? It's sad. Kyle, check it out, brother. Right there, man. I dig. Yeah. So there you go. Matthew loves the DSIs. I do too, Matthew. The DSIs, I love doing them. And by the way, you notice my chair is continuing to sink. I love the DSIs, and they take because I'm a researcher. They take an inordinate amount of time to research in advance, like pages and pages. That's why I still have all of these books still here, and there's other books here. Ray keeps telling me to get rid of my books. I'm like, I can't, because you can't find these books or this information anywhere else. So Jeremy Goff says, I have to go back and listen to the DSIs. Jeremy Goff, by the way, if you go, so you can either just do a search in your podcast app, or if you go to the all-new WDW Radio website, by the way, you can go to the podcast page, and now I have 3 different category tabs at the top. It's interviews, top 10s, and DSIs that'll filter for you and give you a list, so you can go through and either listen right there on the site, or you can go and listen in your favorite podcast app, which was an interesting poll, by the way, to see. By the way, the sucking up to Becky is incredible. We love the listener email. Darren Boynton definitely wants something free from Becky Mankin. Becky, send that guy a shirt or a sticker or a mug or something like that. By the way, I'm going to bring these back as, oh, look at the camera, looking good with the bokeh effect. I'm going to bring these back as contest prizes. I've been giving away books and audio tours, but I'm going to start giving away the mugs again too. And if there's something else that you'd like, let me know. I'll try and see if I can make that happen. Andrew says the one thing you missed on the one with Walt is showing him the Kennedy Space Center. He was a futurist, and I think we'd love to have accomplished while he's gone. Andrew, I think you're right. Can I just show him the Space 220 restaurant instead? Kennedy's such a long drive, and I don't have an annual pass, and whatever. All right, we'll take him there too. So the sinking chair is like Trader Sam's. So somebody says Firefox and Windows 10 is not working. Carrie says, I need the mug. So the mug is not, I don't have it offered for sale, but they are only available as contest prizes. So tell your friends, what is it? Tell your friends, wake the neighbors, something like that. And I'll bring back the mugs this week. So Drew says, make up some Lou bobbleheads to give away. Yeah, let the jokes start flying now, because nobody wants a Lou bobblehead. Trust me, you don't want a Lou bobblehead. But one thing we didn't talk about yet, although we did talk about it a lot on this week's past episode, in terms of what 2020 not only meant to us, but what helped to fill the gap in 2020. Disney Plus, I'm looking at you, baby. Thank the maker. Thank everybody for Disney Plus, because man, oh man, if it wasn't here, what a much more difficult year this would have been. A couple of you, this is the same office. I have not been kicked out as yet. I removed the big dark bookcase. I painted the entire room. I purged a lot of stuff. A lot of cool. By the way, in case, not that. Just in case, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up on eBay. This week, there's a bunch of stuff, and I think probably next week, if you're a Star Wars fan or collect old action figures, I have a bunch of like mint, on-card, unpunched Empire Strikes Back action figures, Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, that I've had since I was a kid. Basically been hermetically sealed for 40 plus years. And as much as it pains me to get rid of them, I would rather them go to a good home and a collector's home. But there's lots of interesting stuff coming out of the garage, and even more stuff coming out of the closet. Not coming out of you know what I mean. In my closet, there's more stuff that I will be bringing out. Look at Lou paint himself into a corner and try and walk out. Carrie, I am actually going to be selling more of my Spidey stuff, including some stuff that was on the shelves behind me. I'm probably also going to be selling this chair, as much as I love and appreciate it, Becky, because it continues to sink, like a lot. Like I literally have it like jury rigged so it doesn't sink any much farther down, because the other day I was doing a Zoom interview, and by the time it was done, like my head was like down here, which is the way it normally is, but I'm sitting on 3 phone books tonight. So Heather Richards, yeah, like old Flash Gordon, like old like 1930s Flash Gordon. I mean, the figures aren't from the 30s, but they were ones that were made based on the original Flash Gordon movies and stuff. So, so yeah. So, but not the really good Flash Gordon from 1980. I have a Funko of Flash up there. 1984, I think, Flash Gordon with Sam. Oh God, his name just jumped out of my head. Sam Jones, who was in Ted. Again, full of useless knowledge. And I think they still do make phone books, Derek. Like every now and then one will show up on my front steps, and I don't know why. And I just sort of like show my kids. I'm like, look, this is how you found whatever. I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I know exactly where I was going. We were going to the Disney Plus pick of the week. Insert pick of the week music here. Dun 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 dun. No, that's actually from Cannonball Run. That's Captain Chaos. Oh, if they made a little Captain Chaos Funko Pop, I would add them to my collection. I was going to purge some of those too, but I love those little guys. Even though before I started collecting them, I hated those little guys, and now I love them. All right, so dun dun dun. Here's my pick of the week. So last week, my pick for you to watch was Soul. And I want to know who did their homework and what you thought of Disney Pixar's Soul. I watched it as soon as it came out. I thought it was a beautiful film, and I want to hear your thoughts, but I will just share. I thought it was a beautiful film. When I say beautiful in terms of story, I thought artistically it was beautiful. I thought it was very mature, meaning that it was a very sort of trippy metaphysical stuff that I think Soul Soul is like watching the Muppet Show. There's a maturity level that speaks to us as adults, but can still be enjoyed by kids. A lot of the stuff that took place in that afterlife was very, very heavy, really made you think, but still could be enjoyed by kids. And I think that is a remarkable thing to do. It's very difficult, I think, to tell stories that way that speak to people of different age levels and maturity levels in different ways, but is still entertaining for both. Um, I love the characters. I love the my only, and if I had to pick a nitpick. You know what I mean? I only wish there was more music. Like I would have loved. I love jazz type music, so I would have loved to have had almost a little bit more music. Almost a song that I could have remembered and taken away. I want to watch it again. Like now, having seen it once, I want to go back and watch it again. So let me go back and see some of your comments as well. Yes, Gordon's alive. Chris Chapman. I love that. I'm going to watch. You know what? Gosh, I wish Flash Gordon was on Disney Plus. I'd make that a pick of the week. We should have like a movie night. We should watch a movie together and then like talk about it. Okay. Pixar's first movie really for adults. I agree, but still accessible to kids. It was mature, but not in any sort of, I think, a bad or negative way. Beatrice Dennis loves Soul. Very deep meaning to the story. A lot of Soul was amazing. Soul was beautiful. Everybody was sobbing by the end, as any good Disney movie does. Soul was so good. So many feels. I think the animation style was impressive and beautiful. You forget that you're watching a computer-generated film, don't you? I mean, it's drawn by hand, but you forget almost the fact that those are computer characters. Jeremy Goff says, I watched it twice. I like it. It didn't really connect with me like other Pixar films, but I did enjoy it. Mature is a good word. I liked it. Not what I expected. Started watching with my kids. I thought the message was beautifully necessary. It was heavy, but kids can still enjoy it. I'm going to just assume that Becky hasn't even seen it yet. Becky, it's Disney Plus. It just move some of the bottles out of the way and look for the remote, the Disney Plus thing. Great story, must needed message right now to celebrate your gifts. Disney Pixar Soul was so deep. Soul had soul. I enjoyed it. Great nation idea. Night at the movies with Lou. I think we're going to do that, Gretchen. I think we're going to do that. I was talking to somebody else about that. I was like, oh, you should do that for your community. I'm like, no, I should do that for my community too. But maybe, look, we can do that. We can do we'll do a nation movie night where at specific time, we all start the movie and then, so you're not distracted while you're watching, or we can sort of chat while you're watching or do a Zoom call or something right afterwards. So Zach Brown says, being a musician, I love that there was a movie for me. Musician. I'm kidding. Zach is a very gifted musician. Not that Zach Brown. It's the other. It's our Zach Brown. If we could have a watch party snack of the week. Yeah, but I not one of those things where you have to make a snack. It's way too difficult, and I don't know how to cook. By the way, if Tom McMillan is here, I received your package of snacks, by the way. Incredibly thoughtful and incredibly delicious. I may or may not have eaten an entire bag almost by myself the other night. I was very stressed out. And there's nothing wrong with eating an entire family-sized bag of taco-flavored Doritos all by yourself, alone, on the couch, under your blankets. Period. Becky says, I did watch Soul after, first of all, Wonder Woman 84 before Soul? It's like watching Godfather 3 before anything. I heard it was abysmal. They just can't, DC just cannot get it right at all. Although I hear there was a Linda Carter cameo, and my dad always used to love Linda Carter. I wonder why. But anyway, I remember the show, and was there an invisible plane and the golden lasso? I don't like the new DC stuff at all. So I watched a recap of 84, 8 minutes of my life. I'll never get back. I can't imagine. I saw somebody posted a clip of just some of the bad editing and some of the bad effects. And it almost looked like it was the pre-production stuff. Like, it looked so bad, and the acting was so whatever. Maybe one of these days, if it ever, well, it won't come on any streaming service that I belong to because it's whatever. Godfather 3, just don't, right? Like, they should erase that from canon, like Star Wars Episode 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and everything after. Like, it's Episode 4, 5, 6, and The Mandalorian, and that's it. And maybe Clone Wars and Rebels, and that's it. So, but anyway, so there you go. So that's my my thoughts. So, Soul was last week's pick. If you haven't watched it, if you don't have a moving buddy, get one. If you don't have a pick of the week, here it is. And I struggled a little bit this week in terms of where to go. There was a part of me that wanted to go down the nostalgic, sentimental lane. There was a part of me that wanted to go something a little bit more modern. Part of me wanted to go Nat Geo or something a little bit more obscure. And I said, you know what? We need, and this was even before today, like, we need a movie that's going to make us feel good, that's well acted, that touches us probably on some emotional levels, a few different ways, and it'll make you laugh. It might make you cry. It might make you sort of tap your toe and bounce your knee a little bit, and for a variety of different reasons, some of which are personal. This week's pick of the week is Saving Mr. Banks. Insert round of applause for Tom Hanks and for the Sherman Brothers. And okay, maybe for P.L. Travers too, but more importantly for Tom Hanks, Walt Disney, and the Sherman Brothers. Richard Sherman has been on my mind a little bit lately, and I wanted to, as I was going through my Disney Plus list, I said, you know what? I haven't watched this in too long, and I think this is a good one to watch again, and I think to discuss together too. I love the movie when I saw it for the first time. I would love to see it with you to a certain degree and be able to chat about it together. So that's your homework for this week. Becky, when I say homework, it means I need you to watch it between now and next week. Becky, I'm going to challenge you to not only watch it, but call the voicemail and leave a mini review of Saving Mr. Banks on the voicemail, and I will play it at the end of this week's show. What do you think about that? I'm calling you out right here, right now. Gretchen says, I've watched it so many times, and every time I love it a little more. And don't forget Paul Giamatti as the driver. The first time I remember seeing Paul Giamatti and I didn't know who he was at the time, was when, I don't make the titles, let's just say I watched the Howard Stern movie, and he played Howard Stern's boss at WNBC. And there's a scene when he's in the newsroom, and he's just so incredibly dynamic and passionate. I'm like, I like this guy. Now, as the Rhino in the Really Bad Amazing Spider-Man 2, or whatever it was, not so much. Not so much. But I like Paul Giamatti a lot. Martin Shergold says, in his lovely little British accent, which I'm not going to try and do, Becky, Saving Mr. Banks is worth watching for sure. Pig vomit. That's exactly that's. I didn't want to say it, but okay. So, and I didn't know how many people. I actually went to. This is a complete and utter useless fact. I actually went to the premiere of Private Parts, and like with Howard, like in New York, way back when. Like I didn't go with Howard, but he was there. I also saw Howard at Nobu once in New York. I was there having dinner, and he was like one table over. He is a gigantic human being. And I don't just mean gigantic in terms of Lou Mangello size, but gosh, his chair is really sinking lower and lower and lower. We might have to say goodbye to the Marvel chair. Anyway, Beth says, I will find my I will find my poo and take a picture of Cher. I'm happy you capitalized his name. That's all I'm going to say. So, I've never actually seen Sideways. I don't even know what Sideways it is. But Giamatti is a tremendous actor. Um, I've also never seen John Adams. There's a lot that I haven't seen. So, so there you go. Saving Mr. Banks is the pick of the week. And if you have suggestions for upcoming picks of the week, let me know. You can either call the voicemail, 407-900-9391, or post it in the Clubhouse, and you can share it there. So, let's see. What else? Oh, I think, speaking of Clubhouse, there you can go. I think that's probably it. Anything else I missed this week? Let's see. 2020 year in review. Favorite episode from WDW Radio in 2020. What your favorite moment from 2021? What else do we have? What else did I forget? I'm sure I forgot something else. Who was your favorite? Who's your all-time? Well, I think I know this one already. I was going to say, who's your all-time favorite interview? But if you have a suggestion for the show, something you'd like to hear, let me know. Let me know by emailing me, or let me know by posting in the group, because like I said, the show is for, by, with, and about you, and I'm just really here to make you happy. So there is a new Marvel recap series, Marvel Legends. I believe starts on Friday, but then I thought somebody said that they pushed it back, and it's going to be the week in between WandaVision, which, by the way, is going to be the next pick of the week. Just get ready. It's going to be between WandaVision and the end of, but maybe it's going to run in parallel, in tandem with it. Between WandaVision, because WandaVision's going to end, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier starts right after. God, Disney Plus, you're so smart. It is February 6th. All right. Today's February 6th. Whatever. You know what? Listen, I haven't eaten very much. My chair is sinking into the ground, and I haven't eaten very much. So my dates es no bueno. Interview my brother on Disney Memories. Top 10 changes to Walt Disney World that we discussed on. So yes, Mike, I knew that there was something else. So, okay. Not all news I have tonight is great. I'm going to set the stage for you. In the past, I have gently hinted that you should save the date for February 6th, 2021. And my intent is that you still should have that date saved. Okay? Let me try and explain it the best I can. I came up with a concept for something that we could do together, in person, in Walt Disney World, that would be responsible, safe, physically distanced, in accordance with all guidelines and recommendations. Again, like Disney, your safety is my first priority, and I would not do something if I did not think I'd be able to make it happen. After a long period of deliberation and debate and trying to work with other third parties, it's already January 6th. We're getting close. I have made the determination that it is not, the event in person is not going to be able to happen on February 6th. Now, before you revolt and start, pitchforks and torches outside my house, certain things are out of our control. COVID, still stupid. Hate it. We all hate it, and everything that's come as a result of it. Having to not be able to execute on another event is devastating to me. Like, meet of the month, I'm having like the shakes. I'm missing the handshakes and the hugs, but you know what? we couldn't do handshakes and hugs on February 6th. And I'm not saying that that's the reason why, but it's part of the reason why that the event as planned cannot happen the way we need it to for a lot of reasons. Because I also want you to get and have the best experience as a result of it. And this will all make sense when I am able to pull it off, hopefully sooner rather than later. Like, I would love to still be able to pull this off in the spring as time goes on, as things improve, as the vaccine is more widely distributed. Stay positive, test negative. We'll be able to do it. However, I am working on something, and even Becky doesn't know the details of it, but I am working on something that we can do on that same weekend from the comfort and convenience of your home. And fortunately, the camera cannot pan to this side of the desk, but hopefully within the next week, I will try and have this all figured out. And if you have made plans, and I know some of you have, through and thanks to Mouse Fan Travel, I appreciate it, and I am sorry. That's why I wanted to pull the trigger and let you know one way or the other now, rather than wait till it gets close. Again, I take full responsibility, but there's a lot of things and there's a lot of factors that are very much outside of my control. This is no fault of anyone's other than, that one bat in China, wherever it came from. But it cannot happen the way it needs to happen on February 6th in person. So I hope you understand. If that is a personal inconvenience to you and there's something you need to talk to me about privately, reach out, and I'm happy to do so. So, Megan, will I be in the parks that weekend? I don't know. So I don't know. The thing that I want to do, which again will be let's just call it a virtual type event. I'm hopefully going to be able to do on the 6th, which would possibly not make me be in a park. Maybe it would. So I don't know, but keep in touch with me as you get closer. And I'm always happy to try and meet up with you or anybody when you come to the parks if I can. So Stacy says we need that shirt. Stay positive, test negative. I didn't even know. I have no hand signal to do it, but stay positive, test negative, whatever. So, but yeah, I have notes and I've got ideas and boards and sticky notes and all kinds of stuff everywhere. So, I appreciate your understanding and patience. Becky says it was one of those situations that couldn't be helped, but the content we plan, we will do. It's too good not to. Oh yeah. Becky knows about the plan. She knew about the plan. We were excited for the plan, but the plan cannot happen. So, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Kenny says, look, I couldn't make the date anyway. So, it is Super Bowl Eve. And I know, I also didn't want to interrupt anybody's Super Bowl plans, even though the Giants aren't going to be in there, but neither will be the Eagles, so it doesn't matter. So, you can sort of save the date for February 6th. Not so much pressure as there was before. Couple of quick little reminders too. I mentioned it earlier tonight. Again, I'm always one who will look for and find opportunity in adversity. I try to use it not just for my own sake, but as an example to you. Like, there are things that you can do. The things that are on your whiteboard, your mental whiteboard, or the one that's on your wall. Like, now is the time. Now is the best time to do it. If I can help you, please let me know. I am in the process of forming 2 new mastermind groups that will meet every week virtually on Tuesday nights. So if you are starting a business, whether it's online or a brick and mortar business, or you have an idea, or even if you have a business and want to take things to the next level, We meet every week to brainstorm and solve problems and do biz dev and insights and goal setting, accountability and support. So if you want to sort of take that idea and put it into action or grow professionally and personally and yes, increase income and goal setting and need some help and need some support and need some accountability and really kind of break out of the box and turn the corner and really move the needle, you can visit LouMongello.com/coaching or just shoot me an email, lou@wdwradio.com. But you can learn more about the coaching programs, either the mastermind group or one-on-one coaching by visiting LouMongello.com. And it really, and I always feel like wonky about like plugging my own stuff, but I really do want to help you. And I know there's some people who are here tonight who have been in mastermind groups before. I'm not sure if they're still here or not. And I really love the opportunity to work with you guys in that way. Also, like I said, don't forget this Sunday and every Sunday, 10 new items on my eBay auctions. Most start at just $1 with no reserve. Some of the items, like the Star Wars figures, might start a little bit more as well. And really one of the best ways you can help the show is by being part of the WDW Radio Nation family. Wait, I'm watching the comments. Do 20 questions. Carrie, do 20 questions, Lou, please. Or PLZ, which I assume Carrie Krieger says 20 questions. A couple other people asking for 20 questions. Oh, it sounds like you want me to give away a mug. That's exactly what that sounds like to me. So are you saying that you want me to do 20 questions now? See, Kira's here. Kira says, Lou's most generous coach and will take the time to understand your dream and help you make it a reality. Yeah, but Kira, you did all that on your own. So that's all you. Fireball shots while we watch the Greek state. How did Fireball become part of the conversation? An oyster eating contest at the boathouse. Great idea for a t-shirt. I'm catching up on. So another request. So do you want 20 questions so you could win one of these fancy schmancy WDW Radio mugs? Is that why? Is that what this is all about? All right. You know what? Why not? You asked for it. You got it. $20 question Here we go. This is how it works. I'm going to come up and write something here on this blank sticky note. It is going to be an attraction, a show, a character, a food item, a restaurant, a dining location, a snack cart. Yes, I'm really hungry. That is or was in Walt Disney World. You have 20, not really 20 because it's like a top 10. You just keep asking yes or no questions. The first person that I see who gets it right, the chat moves by stupid fast, but ask yes or no questions. The first one to get it right will win a brand spanking new mug. Or if you prefer, I don't have any hard copies, but if you want I will even sign it for you if you really care, a copy of the Disney Interviews book. So now I need to come up with something, and I need inspiration from something in my room. No, it can't be the boathouse again because it's always the boathouse. Wait a minute, you can't ask questions yet. I haven't even figured out what I'm talking about yet. So let me see. All right, I'm going to I think I've used that one before. All right. I know what we'll do. No, I don't like that one either. Let me cross it out. Wait. No, I don't like that. See, clearly I wasn't prepared for it. Okay. I think I got one. Hang on. Let me write this down. Carry the one. I might not have me writing stuff down just to sort of make it sound like I'm writing more than it. Okay, so here's how the game is played. You can ask yes or no questions. I will, as I see them, I will answer them. You try and figure out the first one that I see. Who gets it right gets a brand new WDW Radio. As long as you promise to take a selfie of you with your mug anywhere, post it on social, and tag me so I see it. Deal? Deal. Ready, set, go. I'll actually keep track. I'll keep track and see if you get it under 20 anyway. Is it in America? Yes. Is it an attraction? No. Is it extinct? No. Is it on Disney Plus? No. Is it in a park? No. Is it a character? No. Can you hold it in your hand? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't ask what park. It's got to be yes or no. Is it a food item? No. Is it an experience? Sort of. That's 10, by the way. Is it in my house? No. Is it a movie? No. Is it at a resort? Yes. Is the Philadelphia Eagles, ban that man? Is it Homecoming? No, but I would kill for fried chicken and deviled eggs. God, I'm going to Disney Springs tomorrow. I'll come back. Is it a celebrity? No, that's 15, by the way. Is it a ride? No. Is it at Disney Springs? No. Is it Hoop-de-Doo? No. Is it Boathouse? No. Does it involve transportation? No. That's now officially 20. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Keep going. Does it fit in a bread box? Jeff C., it does not fit in a bread box, unlike the sushi that we had at Nobu. I miss you, brother. Is that the Grand Floridian? No. Beaches and Cream? No. Magic Kingdom Resort? No. Is it Make-A-Wish? No. Is it bread service? No. But God, that sounds good right now. Is there No Way Jose? Also sounds good, but so far away. Storm Along Bay? Tongatos? No, no, no. Sanaa Ohana at the Contemporary? No. Is it Captain Chaos? Dun, dun, dun. Is it the Gurgling Suitcase? Great answer, but no. Is it Yeehaw Bob? No, but I miss him desperately. I'm going to hug that man like there's nobody's business. Andrew Prince from Disney on Wheels and the WDW Radio blog, by the way. No. Is it Wilderness Lodge? No. Is it Geyser Point? No, but I would love a bison burger right now. Is it at the Poly? No. Is it at Figment? No. Is it Storybook? No. Trader Sam's? No. Is it New Robot Golf Cart? No, but those are so cool, but I stink at golf too. Is it the Wave? No, but I would love some bao buns right about now. Is it the Special House on Property for Sick? I think that you mean, is it Give Kids a World, but it is not Topolino's Terrace. No, but God, I'd give anything for that chicken pasta right now. Is it Ale & Compass, Victorian Alberts? No. Is it Riviera? No. God, I love that resort. I still didn't see, by the way, what resort you guys want to do for Resort Report. We'll do that later. Is it Geyser Point? No. Art of Animation? Riviera? No. Is it Moderate? No. Fireworks? No. Dueling Pianos? No. Grand Floridians? No. This is so many more than 20 questions. Olivia's? No. Is it Art of Animation? No. Is the Pool at the Beach Club? No. Is it Water Pageant? No. Coronado Springs? No. Trader Sam's? No. It's now 500 questions. It's not Chef Mickey, Cindy Bostebbin. Is it Flame Tree? No. Tron Coaster? No. Character Meal? No. Art of Animation? Sebastian's? No. Skyliner? No. Olivia's? No. Is it Goodings across the street? No, but pulling that one out of left field. Pop Century? No. Skyliner? No. Ratatouille? No. Animal Kingdom? No. Is it a hotel? No. Is it a building? It's in a building. Is it a cavalcade? No. Is it a store? No. It's a bar? Yes. It's a lounge. Well, okay, it's a lounge. Oh, God, I can't believe I gave it away. Maybe 1,000 questions. Is it by Animal Kingdom? Yes, you're getting closer. Is it the Clown's Guide? No. Boardwalk Bakery? No, but I would love a delicious nosh right now. Is it a moderate hotel? No. Is it the Balloon at Disney Springs? No. Is it All-Star Movies? No. Is it an experience? Everything technically is an experience. Is it Nomad Lounge? No, but I would love Nomad Lounge right now. And that spicy tuna. Rick's Sushi, Nomad Lounge. Hold on. I think you guys are starting to get closer here. Wait a minute. Rick's, Nomad, Tiffin's, Nomad, not Nomad, not Tamboo, not Chico, not the Irish pub. Tiffin's Nomad. No, Nomad. Wait, Connor Brown. Wait a minute. Did Connor Brown, the Connor Brown, say Victoria Falls? Dun, dun, dun. Connor Brown. Wait, that Connor Brown from WWOpinion.com? Wait, I should have a graphic for you somewhere. Wait, not that this was like a plant, but wait a minute. Oh gosh, why are these not working tonight? Well, whatever. So there you go. So Connor, you get. I have to write this down. Connor Brown. Do you know, Connor? I just realized that I don't have a copy of your book. Do you know that Connor Brown is a former Walt Disney World cast member who wrote a book called From the Boardwalk to the Mine Train? Oh, God, I'm the worst at this. Come on, man. What's it called? Plug it out, brother. Wait. It's called From the Castle to the Mine Train. From the concierge to the cart. Oh, God, I stink at this. I'm Connor. I'm undercaffeinated and underfed tonight. But what's the name of the book that they can find at WDWopinion.com? Your copy got lost in the mail. Touche. From Yacht Club to Diamond Mine. I just wanted to hear you say it. I wanted to hear you say it. From Yacht Club to Diamond Mine, which I would say is probably one of my favorite Disney books, and it will be if I ever get a copy, but you should go and check it out yourself because Connor shares stories about his journey as a Walt Disney World cast member. And he, too, does one of those podcast thingies. It's called the WDW Opinion Podcast. Go check it out. Give Connor some love. He's a really nice guy. And Connor also joined me on our favorite, what did we call it? Our Favorite Collectibles show. Which was one of my favorite episodes from this year. Even though it didn't make my list, it was still one of my favorites because we talked all about like nerdy stuff that we've collected over the years. So you get a copy. Congratulations, Connor. You won the world's worst plug. But you know what? Good intentions. I know the road to hell is paved with them, but yeah, I did have good intentions. So look, even Amanda says it's a great podcast. Are you talking his or mine? Like if you can only listen to one, which I'm only kidding. So Connor Brown, good guy, man. Connor Brown he is good people. So Connor, for Resort Report, how about Animal Kingdom Lodge, John Canoro? That's a good idea. I asked you the guys that before for the next Resort Report that Becky and I do together. What would you like to hear? I thought we would maybe do a value resort, right? Because we did Riviera sort of moderate plus-ish. So I thought we would do one like maybe a value, like Art of Animation, or plus I really want to make Becky stretch her, her research abilities. But is this a good time to tell those? Becky, it is. It's like those chairs at the old Adventurers Club. I literally have taped it and put stuff on the bottom of it. But and I've been in touch with the company too. Like I'm trying to get the company to help me. I'm seeing if they'll send me a whole new chair, which would just be even better. Wilderness Lodge, Pop Century, Art of Animation. Yeah, put these, somebody if you can, or I'll put this in the Clubhouse. Put which resort you would like to hear us do next. I had a lot of fun. Maybe, and we'll do the same thing. We'll do the resort report, and then I'll do a live broadcast from the resorts. Maybe I can even contact my vacation planner at Mouse Fan Travel. Yeah, now it works. Maybe I'll contact my vacation planner at Mouse Fan Travel, and I'll stay there so I can really give you a tour of what one of the rooms looks like, as well as the entire resort. I had a really good time when we did that at Riviera. That was a lot of fun. I really, really liked that as well. Zach Brown says they have cocktails at the Valley Resorts. Now you're speaking Becky's language. Like you know how to do it. Favorite Disney treasures. There you go. You could just do www.com/612. Fancy like that. So you have to do it. Now, episode 612. 4 episodes ago. Connor Brown really enjoyed this one. Connor Brown's a good guy. So Becky, yeah, don't do anything yet because I've been in touch with the company. Like I've got somebody in I don't know where it's from. China or something. We've been sending late night, early morning emails with each other. So we technically might be dating at this point because we've exchanged so many. So they don't have concierge level, but that's okay. I'm not a concierge. I don't need, I'm not a. Would love a live report from Animal Kingdom Lodge, says Martin Shergold from the UK, one of the nicest people on the planet, by the way. Becky says, I'm up for any resort. I'm smelling All-Star Sports. I mean, that's what I'm feeling the vibe that you're throwing down, Becky Mankin. I'm smelling All-Star Sports coming off you, but we'll see. We will let the community decide and find out where we're going to go next. So, press the button again. Lou is too high. So, there you go. There you go. Okay. There you go. That's perfect. This is usually the way it ends up by the end of the show. So, I'll just stay down here. I literally can't. Okay. The concierge level at All-Star Sports, says Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Show. Welcome to the second floor, big stuff. I have never been called. That's not true. I have been called big stuff. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, the chair is 2020. Yeah, maybe I need a little new Spider-Man mojo chair in here. Plus, I do look like a little kid sitting in this chair. Like, this is what a normal human being should sit differently in the chair. I feel like I'm a little midget in here. It's like you go to Ripley's Believe It or Not, and there's these gigantic chairs, and then there's little you. That's how I feel every day sitting in this chair. I keep waiting to do an interview, and somebody goes, "Is that your kid's room? Like, are you broadcasting from your son's room?" No, no. This is actually my office. So, but anyway, so I think let's see. I think that's about it. I hope that Becky is not. Becky is probably controlling the chair remotely. Stephen Williams, happy belated birthday. I'm still sitting at the little kids table, and you know what? I'm much more comfortable there. So, yeah, the chairs are not made for short people. I know, especially these big chairs. Like I feel so tiny in it. So if I got like a smaller chair, I might actually feel like I'm taller. So that one moment that looked like Austin Powers in the chair. Well, and there you go. So on that note, let me see a couple other things. What else am I forgetting? I don't know. You know what? I always feel weird plugging, so I'm not going to plug. I am. That's a lie. I am going to tell you. Look, hopefully you have seen that the parks are open. They are beautiful. They are still incredibly safe, and that you are starting to think about planning your next vacation. If you do, whether you're coming to World or anywhere that you can actually get to, go and visit Becky and her team. I promise. Look, they will take care of you. And they will take care of you in every sense of the word, and they will treat you like family. And they will treat you like family that they actually like, which is even more important. Like it's one thing to be treated like family. It's another thing being treated like family that actually likes you. And tell them Lou sent you. It's not going to do anything for you, but you can tell them that Lou sent you anyway. What else am I forgetting? I don't know. Thank you. That's all I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting to say thank you, and that I love you, and that I appreciate you, and you helped me get through 2020. You helped me get through the past 16 years. I know and I believe that this year and all the years that follow are going to be even bigger and better than ever. I've got some other stuff planned that I'm working on. Don't forget, you can get your hardcover Disney Interviews book available now at Amazon.com. That could not have happened without you. If there's some way that I can improve upon what we do here together, the show, the live, the Clubhouse, something else that you want to see, let me know. Post it there, tag me, send me an email, call the voicemail, however way you want to let me know. I want to make not just this show and the live, but the community the best possible place for you. It is your home. I hope that you feel that it is that way. And if you can, like tonight, tomorrow, one of the best ways that you can help, joining the nation is great. But inviting somebody else to listen, inviting somebody else to be part of the community. That is the way that we grow, and more importantly, that we grow the right way. I don't care about being the biggest. I don't care about being the best or the what. That stuff doesn't matter to me. But I do want to hopefully bring more people in, and like I said, be a positive light, and a port in the storm, especially when things are difficult out there, as I know that they are. And I'm very much aware of that. And I understand that everybody is going through a lot right now. You are my friend, whether you have met yet or not. And my heart and my prayers and my thoughts go out with you. If there's any way that I can help you, please, please, please let me know. It's what I'm here for. And as a wise woman once said, that's what friends are for. Becky says, we'd be honored to help you with your next trip to Disney or anywhere else. By the way, if you plan to go in fall 21, don't wait. We proactively apply savings. I think she means DM me here on Facebook. Happy to answer any questions. Don't tell Becky I said it, but she's a really, really nice person. And she cares more than anybody that I know about what I have no idea. That's a really bad Rodney Dangerfield impression. From what movie? Back to School. Exactly. But it's true. So I love you. I miss you, Kelly. I'm happy this is your oasis. It's exactly what I want it to be. So I hope that this week is your best week ever. I will be tomorrow, by the way. I am going to take one for the team, and I'm going to do a little investigative journalism into something very serious that's happening right now, which is the opening of Everglazed in Disney Springs. So I'm going to be there at crack of dawn tomorrow morning to check it out. Stretchy pants literally I'm going to wear my stretchy jeans because I'm going to eat my face off for you to explore all the things that Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew has to offer. So maybe I'll start sharing stuff early in the morning, probably on Instagram at Lou Mangello. Follow me there, turn on notifications so you see my posts and my stories. I'll share in the Clubhouse as well. And I think that's it. Again, I love and appreciate you. Finally, most importantly, now more than ever, choose the good. Be a beacon of light and hope and positivity for somebody else. So until next time, see you.